So, with your brand new Ubuntu 12.04, here's what you're presented with at a login. Now, if you notice, next to the name, you had a little Ubuntu icon there. And we have a choice of Ubuntu or Ubuntu 2D. Let's take a look at what they look like. Let's first select the Ubuntu and put in our password and see what kind of a desktop we end up with here. Now, providing our graphics driver is up to snuff, we should see the Ubuntu Desktop, which is formerly known as the Unity Desktop, and there's our Unity menu, and there's our basic applications in there. Now, we're not going to do anything with that right now. We're going to log out, and we want to see what we get with our Ubuntu 2D Desktop. So let's select our Ubuntu 2D Desktop and put in our password. And hit enter. Note it still says Ubuntu Desktop. And it still has that. It's just not going to have all the fancy transitions. Okay. Now we have alternatives. There are alternatives. If you have a problem with your system, it may not be displaying even this or the 2D version. Here's something you can do. We want a terminal. If you don't see terminal, well, if you click this menu, I just start to type terminal. We get that. A quick down and dirty way is to install the GNOME session fallback. We can do that by opening a terminal and typing sudo apt get install GNOME session fallback and enter our password. We could also do this through the Software Center. I'll show you that in a second. But I prefer this. This is kind of quick. This will give us the good old GNOME desktop as a fallback in case we're having trouble with Unity, or in case, you know, I find that the Unity desktop is a good effort by the community. It really and truly is. However, my first experience with it is similar to if I went to the pub and had a few pints and came home at night and the power was out and my wife rearranged the furniture during the day. A little bit of stumbling and tripping before you get to find your way around. So in a similar manner, that's my experience in transitioning from the GNOME to the Unity. I am using it more and more. I am making myself use it more and more. I am starting to like it more and more, little by little. But it is a different experience than the GNOME desktop. So this is still installing here. While it's installing, I will attempt to show you. This is Update Manager. Here is the Software Center. I don't know if it's going to let me look at this at the same time as the sudo apt-get. It may not. Let's see what happens. Okay. And in here we can search. And we can just start by typing GNOME. And here we see the GNOME desktop. We want to find the GNOME Session Manager. GNOME, so we'll type GNOME dash session. And there it comes up, the GNOME Session Manager. So again, if you don't like using the command line, you could use the Ubuntu Software Center to get the same results and install it this way. I'm going to close this out for now because I already have the command line apt-get running there behind us. It should be almost done. Then we're going to see what happens after. Okay, it looks like it's successfully installed. Again, whether you use the Software Center or the command line, you will get the same results. I'm going to exit my terminal. I'm going to log out. Now, let's see what our choices are here now. See, there we go. Now we have a choice of our GNOME Classic, our GNOME Classic without effects, or Ubuntu. Let's just choose the GNOME Classic for now and put our password in. So this way, if quite frankly, if you have work to do, sometimes it's hard to stop and learn the desktop. So this gives us that option. We can use the GNOME desktop in the new Ubuntu, and then in our time, in our leisure, learn the new desktop, which is a very much improved desktop. Now, there is a little difference here, though, in this new desktop. Notice there's no system menu up top. We have applications, we have places, and you may wonder where the system went. Well, the system was moved over here, see? And here's our system settings. And our displays are also right under there as well. And software up to date, or this is saying, or software updates.